In this video, I'm going to deconstruct, I'm going to break down right before your eyes who Saeed Mobayed is, okay? And I want you to use my own constructing of myself as a template for you to deconstruct yourself and evaluate who you think you are. Okay? So there are three different perspectives that I want to tackle this question of who is Saeed Mobayed, starting with the first perspective, which let's call it the psychological and social perspective. So when you ask me who is Saeed Mobayed, and if I am going to give you the social answer for who Saeed Mobayed is, I would tell you my name is Saeed. That's the first answer. I mean, it is a name, and we use this name to fit into the social structure. Think about it. I mean, you're required by law in most of the countries in the world to name your child. Have you ever questioned that? Like, have you ever, when I say questioned, have you ever contemplated that? Have you ever wondered, why is it that we all have names? And well, the reason is because we're required by law in most of the world's countries to be named so that we can enter this system and we can become part of the society, and we can have a passport and a driver's license, and we can, very importantly, pay our taxes, right? And you know, even without the requirement, we started giving each other names to distinguish, you know. So if a family has 10 kids, and when you call upon a kid, you call them by their name, you want to know. You want to know that you're addressing them. Or you want them to know that you're addressing them specifically and not their brothers and sisters. So you ask me, who's Saeed? You know, my first answer to you, because I'm addressing you as a social entity and I'm addressing myself, so I'm giving you the social answer here. Saeed, my name is Saeed, and I am from Syria. You know, there is another social construct, mental construct, a country. You know, my family is from Syria. I was born in Qatar. So another social construct, another mental construct. And then I would go on. So I studied chemical engineering. I have a chemical engineering degree. There is another social construct. I mean, the idea of a university in the first place is a social construct. And the degree, what is the degree? What is a university degree? A university degree it's a piece of paper that says you are now qualified to lead this profession of engineering, of chemical engineering. I mean, it is, again, it's a social construct, meaning a social construct is something which a large group of people agree upon as a valid reality. So I can go apply to some oil company and show them the degree and say, hey, look, I have a degree from a reputable Canadian university. Look at it, you know, and they'll look at it and they'll run through the transcript and say, oh, okay, because we all agreed that this university is reputable, and if you are qualified from the curriculum of that university to be an engineer, then companies who partake in this reality, partake in the agreement that this is a valid reality for the time being, this is valid. Whoever partakes in that reality, if I am part of it, so I apply to a company that takes a university, a reputable university, as a reliable source of validation, let's say, then I'm in. It's a social construct, because if overnight somebody comes in, let's say, like for example, let's give you an example. Let's say a rebellion, a revolution happens here where I am in Canada, and the leader comes in, the new leader, and says, hey, look, by the way, university degrees are decreed to be null. They're nullified. Meaning if you have a university degree, it is no longer considered valid. And all the new companies in the country, they abide by the laws, by the new laws of this new leader, maybe because he has the military with him. And all the companies say, okay, I guess now you have a university degree, it's not acceptable anymore. And then maybe the new leader says, hey, look, we'll just accept a different form. I don't know. Like maybe the leader will say, only people who graduated from so-and-so school are qualified to work. See, overnight, the social construct has changed. Okay? So, that's the first line of defense, if you will. Okay? The social identity. Saeed Mobayed, the social identity. The psychological identity. The mental construct. The social construct. Excuse me. If I change my identity overnight and I name myself something different, like let's say I name myself Maximus. That's going to be my son's name, but if I don't end up having a son, maybe I'll just change my name to Maximus. Well, what changed overnight? I could just go and apply and change, and now I call myself Maximus. What has really changed? Ask yourself, contemplate, what has really changed? It just goes to show you that the social construct, the psychological construct, the mental construct is extremely fragile, because it can just, boom, change overnight. So that's the first answer to the question. That's the first identity. Let's take a look at this question and the answer from a different perspective. And that is the perspective of the cosmic theater. If we were to take life, if we were to take existence, if we were to take creation as a form of play, as what they call in Hinduism, lila, which is divine play, divine act. And if we were to take a look at all of creation as the one consciousness, experiencing itself as the many, then the answer to the question, who is Saeed, would be, Saeed is the mask. Saeed is the costume. Saeed is the cloth that he's wearing for this role. The car, the vehicle, the costume. Let's call it the costume, okay? Let's suppose we're inside a theater here. This is the divine play, and central casting has this character, and we need somebody to wear it. We need God to wear it. We need a part of God to wear it. So, look, those are the instructions from central casting. I don't remember assigning this character. I don't remember assigning this name. I don't remember assigning this body. I don't remember, okay? I don't remember. I'm not a member in the central casting. I don't know who runs this whole show. I'm very interested to know who runs this whole show, but I have no idea at the moment. And they assigned God, a part of God, the role of this character, and gave it a name, the name of Saeed, and gave it a body. And here is the character in front of you, wearing the mask, wearing the costume, and that's Saeed Mobayed. Saeed Mobayed is a cover-up. Saeed Mobayed is a cover-up for God. Saeed Mobayed is God playing hide and seek with itself. So the way it's hiding, see, the way it's hiding right now, it's hiding in the form of Saeed, you know, the social, psychological, mental entity. So now this is very interesting. So I'm taking you through different steps here, okay? First step is the most superficial, and you totally saw how fragile it really is, because it can literally change overnight. And all social constructs, all mental constructs I can literally change my name. I can say, okay guys, you know what? Change the name of the channel to Maximus the Great, okay? And let's get on with it. Let's roll with it. What's going on, my friends? It's Maximus over here with another video. And then I can name it Who is Maximus? You know, like, it's very fragile, okay? That's one level. That's the superficial level, the first level. The higher level is when you realize that, hey, okay, this is clearly fragile. This is clearly, there's something more to Saeed than what I thought. And then you quickly realize that this is just a character, this is just a role you're playing, the costume you're wearing. See, now it's different. Because now you're not any longer stuck in your role. You could effectively play different roles, different costumes, put on a mask, and another one, and another one, and another one. Wear something different, wear something different. Wake up today and play one role. Wake up tomorrow and play another role. Because you're now in full recognition, you're in full recognition that you are an actor on a stage. Before, you were an actor on a stage, but you had no idea you were an actor on a stage. So you were stuck in those roles. You were stuck in those social and mental and psychological constructs. But now, this is what being the watcher is. This is when you begin to watch. You know, this is in all spiritual practices. You're trying to develop the watcher. And it is this watcher that makes you see life for what it is, which is you're an actor on a stage. So now as an actor on a stage, you can begin to play around with your role. And, you know, who is the best actor at the moment or actress? I can think of, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio is an amazing actor. And he is arguably the best actor of all time. Arguably. This is a difficult question. Depends on who you ask, but he's up there. He's definitely up there. Now, you can see something about Leonardo DiCaprio. Two things. A, he plays a wide, versatile variety of roles. He played, you know, in The Departed, for example, he played the rat. You know, he was sort of the good guy playing the bad guy. You know, and then in Titanic, he played the role of the lover. You know, the idealized romantic lover. He's played virtually every role you can think of. Like, you know, Inception. Everything you think of, he pretty much played. Okay? He's a fantastic actor. He is able to put on a costume, a role, do it so well, and then take it off and play another one. And you've got to understand something. He also does method acting. Method acting is basically you take your role outside of the casting and you become the role 110%. But there is always that part of you that knows you're acting, no matter how deep you take the method acting, no matter how deep you go into it. So, Now that you know you're the actor on the stage, the actress on the stage, you can begin to pull a Leonardo DiCaprio here. You can begin to pull an Angelina Jolie here. You can begin to take off a mask, put on a mask, take on a role, put on a role. And now you have the freedom of the one consciousness of the soul to be as it desires to be at any given moment. You know that old adage, that old line that they love to use in movies. You know, you have like a sexy girl. I can be whatever you want me to be. You know that line? Well, in truth, you can be whatever you want to be. And that is pretty sexy. That's pretty hot. Because there is a great sense of liberation and great sense of freedom that comes from being able to be anything at a moment's notice. So, let's give you an example here. Back to Saeed, right? The question is, who's Saeed? Now, we looked at it from a social psychological, the first level, the first layer of the onion. The second, deeper layer of the onion is Saeed is the custom, the role. Now, I can use this role and I can change it up. So, it could still have the same name, the same social name, social construct. However, today Saeed could be Saeed the wise teacher. You know, like that's kind of a role I've been taking as of late. You know, in the videos, I've been taking on the role of the wise teacher. Come here, ladies and gentlemen. The wise sage, Saeed Mobayed, is here to illuminate you, to enlighten you, to show you the way. He is here to share with you great wisdom. Okay? One role. Now, here's the problem. It's kind of a cool role. I seem to be playing I mean, come on. You've got to give it to me. I'm playing a good role here. I mean, I'm playing that role pretty good, okay? I don't know if it's good enough to be nominated for an Oscar, for a wise sage, a wise teacher. However, I'm doing good enough of a job that I can probably be nominated in the top 10 if there was some kind of a nominee, okay? The problem is, I think you should, no, it gets pretty, like, you know, I don't want to be typecast. There's a name for it, typecast. Okay? Any actor or actress that wants to make it and wants to be the best actor, the best actress, they do not want to be typecast. That's the last thing. I don't want to be typecast. Okay? I don't want to be just restricted to one role, the wise teacher. Okay? No, I want to play other roles. I want to play the role of a dumbass, the role of a naive little child, the role of a kid who just doesn't even care about intellectual stuff, doesn't even know anything. Ask him a question and he's just gonna laugh like an idiot. Okay? No, I'd like to play that role. Also, I don't want to be restricted to the role of the wise teacher here. No, I'd like to play both roles simultaneously and paradoxically. Yes, both at the same time. The role of the wise teacher and the role of a complete slobbing idiot, like you know, okay? I do not want to be restricted to one role because I know I'm an actor and I want to make it in this cosmic theater. I want to make it in this game, right? I want to be known as a good actor, you know. I'm not saying I want to be the best here. I'm not saying I want to be the DiCaprio of the cosmic theater, but you know, I'd like to be a good actor. I'd like to do a good job at it. So I can change things around. And I want to be able to have the freedom to at a moment's notice, be a complete idiot. And then at a complete moment's notice, be a wise teacher. Okay, if I get stuck in the role of a wise teacher, first of all, I really have a lot of things to learn still, okay? A lot of things to learn. When I'm done learning, I will no longer be in the physical plane of existence. Anybody who's on the physical plane of existence is here to learn. So, if I, first of all, take on that role, the wise teacher, then it means I have arrived. I know it all. Okay? Trap. You get trapped into the role. The last thing you want to do is to get trapped in a role. And if I get trapped in the role of the idiot, then I won't be moving forward very much. I might be having a good time and having a good laughter, but I will not be moving very far in this cosmic game, in the cosmic theater. I won't be moving up the ladder. So I'd like to play both roles at the same time. I'll take off one, put it the other. In fact, I'll put them on at the same time. Joe Campbell called it the hero with 1,000 faces, and that's really who Saeed is, and that's who you are, your character. The hero with 1,000 faces. So there's the face of the wise teacher. There's the face of the idiot, the slobbering idiot. Okay. And on it goes. Now, people's opinions of you, that's simply them seeing one mask. So somebody could look at me and say, Saeed, you're an idiot. They're seeing that mask. They're seeing that role. And they could look at me and say, oh, Saeed, you're wise. And they're seeing that particular role. Okay? And then somebody who maybe knows Saeed better, let's say, they can look at Saeed and be like, Saeed, you're an idiot and you're a genius at the same time. And that's the truth of it. And so lately, because I've really been realizing that I'm an actor on a stage, I want to play all the roles. I want to be an idiot and I want to be a genius. I want to be wise and I want to be a complete dumbass. I want to be rich and I want to be poor at the same time. I want to have a lot of money and I want to have no money. And I want to be able to play those roles, boom, like this, like this, like this, like this, like at the same time, boom, 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 boom. And I think that goes pretty much hand in hand with Buddha's truth, second noble truth about attachment being the cause of suffering. So that way, you're not attached to one particular role. You're not attached to one particular expression, one particular mental construct, social construct. Because you see that all these roles anyway, they're fragile. Every single one of them is fragile. Fragile and subjective. Very much subjective. I might appear to be wise to somebody who is maybe, let's say, younger and is just getting into this stuff. I might seem like, oh, wise Saeed. Oh, you're so wise. And I can seem like a complete novice and beginner and idiot and dumbass from the perspective of someone else. Someone who maybe is either further along the path of this journey, or maybe that's just their mental projection. Maybe they're not actually ahead of the game, but they just think I'm an idiot. Now, I should be able to play both roles. And that's, lately, I'm starting to agree with any sort of mental projection that is thrown in my face, that is thrown my way. Whether it's be, Saeed, you're wise, I say, yeah, I'm wise. Thank you. And somebody says, Saeed, you don't know shit, you're an idiot. I say, yeah, I don't know shit. I'm an idiot, and here is a duh. Okay? So, I seem to now kind of agree with all different projections because I'll play all these roles. They're all fragile anyway. They're all really constructs. They're illusions at best. And yeah, they're just illusions. So if I'm not taking them seriously, I'll play it. I'll play them. So that's the second level. And so at this level, you want to be able to play with a lot of flexibility and a lot of movement and a lot of freedom, a lot of mobility. So give yourself flexibility, give yourself access to be the hero with 1,000 faces and wear them all at the same time. Now, to the final and third level of this game, of this particular video about who Saeed Mobayed is. And this is more coming at it from the perspective, the Buddhist perspective. Saeed is a process. Saeed is a process. Simple as that. Saeed is a process. And it is a process unfolding. Saeed is a process unfolding. Saeed is the collection. I mean, starting with, if we identify the physical body with the mental construct Saeed, and let's call this physical body Saeed's body, right? This is Saeed's body. Well, first of all, I am looking in these hands, I am looking at my father, my mother, my grandfather, from both sides, my mom's side, my dad's side. I'm looking at my ancestors 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 5, because of information, DNA, informational stream. When I'm looking at my eyes, I am looking at my ancestors. You are looking at my ancestors right now. And I'm pretty sure one of my ancestors looked exactly identical to how I look right now. Exactly. Okay? Same thing with the hair. You know, it's a curly hair, and no one immediately in my family has it, so it's really weird that I got it. However, if I was to go back into my ancestors, I would find somebody with this exact same hair, and I caught their DNA. Okay, so starting with basic biology, basic DNA, I am a process. I am a process, and this process, now if you take it further and further and further and further, it all started with the Big Bang. Okay, it all started with the Big Bang. So, because it all started with the Big Bang, and I can see that we're about 28 minutes in, which means this will stop recording, so let me just take the initiative and stop the recording and start it again. Welcome back. So, it all started back with the Big Bang. That's who Saeed is. Saeed is the Big Bang itself. Saeed is stardust. Saeed is 14 billion, 13 billion, whatever, 13 or 14 billion years old. Saeed is a process unfolding. That's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious here. From whether it's my ancestors, my biology, my DNA, or whether it's you know, going back as far as evolution, where it all started with the Big Bang. That's basically the simulation, the start of the simulation. That's the simulator hitting run. And if you look at my thoughts, Saeed's thoughts, his mental constructs, again, process. Like, for example, you can ask me, where are you from? I'd say, oh, my family's from Syria. I'm from Syria. Okay, let's say I'm from Syria. Well, even my identity is Syria. You know, Syria got its independence from France, I think in 1948. So then all the people that worked on the independence, they're part of what constitutes Saeed's identity now. You know, the fact that France came in and colonized Syria, and then the Ottomans were there before. So all the cultural norms that I identify with, the language of Arabic, when the Arabs came and conquered Syria, it used to be under Roman influence, Roman Empire. So then I am a product of all that. So if I'm identified, I have the cultural norms and everything, then you know, even the mental social constructs and the language that I use, English and Arabic, they're all just processes. Like, I can speak Arabic, I'd be like, I'm an Arab, I speak Arabic, I speak English. But these languages are continuously evolving. It's a process. So everything that I identify with, let it be social constructs, mental constructs, linguistic constructs, physical constructs, it's just a process unfolding. Hence that third mark of existence, anatman in Buddhism. No self, no separate distinctive self. And as you can see, Saeed Mobayed is an illusion. Truthfully an illusion. That's the final verdict. It's an illusion. Saeed Mobayed does not exist. Saeed Mobayed does not exist. He only exists in the world of relativity. He is only relatively real. His personality is relatively real. His identities are relatively real. He is relatively real. Okay? And that's why all the great sages, all the great masters throughout the ages, all the self-realized beings all the bodhisattvas and all the people that sort of saw this the way it is, the way it really is, they've come to the conclusion that who I really am has to be something that is not changing, that is eternal, that is eternal and calm and peaceful and unchanging. Really, eternal, unchanging is. And then from that place, you can play in the world of form. This is the world of form. And Saeed Mobayed is essentially an instrument for God to play. Okay? Saeed Mobayed is an instrument for God consciousness, for the One, to play. And I made a video on it before. It wasn't as long and as comprehensive because my understanding was not yet at the level that it's in at the moment. I said at the end of the video, Saeed is an instrument for love. Now, what did I say at the end of this video? I said Saeed is an instrument for God consciousness to play. I came up with the same conclusion because love equals beauty, equals light, equals consciousness, equals energy, equals love. It's all the same. It's all the same. So I came up with the same conclusion. Both times I made this video, who is Saeed Mobayed? I made it a long time ago, maybe like a year ago or something. I thought I'll make it again to see where I'm standing right now in terms of my understanding. And it turns out that who Saeed Mobayed is, at the end of the day, is an instrument for love, I said in that video, and now I'm saying an instrument for God consciousness to play. Okay, it's my custom, it's God's custom, it's doing its thing, and it's pretty cute. I like it. I like everything about it. Honestly, I like its social identities. I like its physical identities. I like its appearance, its physical outward appearance. I like its preferences, its personality, and all its little cute things. However, I'm not taking it too seriously. It's hard to take it seriously at this point. It really is. When you really see the illusion, then you can play the illusion. You can play in the illusion, but you're not stuck in the illusion. You're not too deep into it. You essentially are playing now from the perspective of the creator of the illusion, the creator of the cosmic play. I mean, when I refer to central casting, I mean, who do you think is in central casting? Central casting is the One, okay? And yeah, we're just sort of playing out the roles. So I think that's a pretty good rant. I'll finish it off here. If you've watched up until now, thank you very much, and I really hope that you take some of these things that I talked about here and really begin to see how they fit to your self-identity. And if you are interested in more in this stuff, I wrote a report called 7 Pillars of Enlightenment. And it is down below. You will see a link for it. It's 11 pages. It's for free. You just click on the link and download it. It'll be sent to your email. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. It's cute like its creator, who is the creation of the OG creator, okay? So, yeah, 7 Pillars of Enlightenment down below. And that's about it. I love you. Okay, let me blow you a kiss here. Here's another one. And you know what? Here's a third one. All right. And we'll finish it off here. As always, until next time, may the force be with you.